Hi, this is a fat old lady in PJs. Today I want to talk to you about weather, folklore, and weather forecasting. It has to do with animals. Now, there's an old weather folklore proverb that says, birds fly low before a great low. That means that birds tend to fly low near to the ground before a storm hits. Is that true or not? Well, yes and no. It applies to common birds like sparrows and robins and things like that. But it does not apply to birds that are scavengers like vultures or seagulls. It does not apply to predator birds like hawks and eagles because they naturally fly low to the ground to get prey. So it is and isn't true. Another proverb that's around is that a cat will wash its face right before a storm hits. That's true and not true. I notice with my cats is when a storm is coming, their fur gets real poofy. Air gets under it and it lifts up, and they get real plush, kind of like a soft teddy bear. And when a snowstorm is going to hit, then they get staticky. They'll run across the room. They'll leave sparks all over. They'll shock themselves. And you can also just see the sparks flying off them at night. And that always happens then. Another thing you got to look for with them is shedding. They normally shed like in springtime because they're losing their winter coats and they're getting their lighter summer ones in. Another time they shed is like September, October because they're losing their summer coats and they're getting their thicker winter ones in. But if you see them shedding in the summertime, then a lot, then that should be a red flag, especially if all your animals are doing it at the same time. So like I had two of my cats and my son's dog all shedding copious amounts of fur at the same time. Well, when that happens, what it usually indicates is that you're going to get a dry spell coming. It's a drought period where the temperatures are going to be in the 90s probably and no rain. So everything's going to shrivel up, it's going to get brown, and you're going to need to water. Usually when they start shedding, it'll come in about, I would say a week to 2 weeks. Anytime too, folks, with this drought, this drought situation, like in the summertime, sometimes you'll see the National Weather Service will issue what they call a high heat index. What that is the temperature might be 90 degrees, but it'll feel like 105. And they're going to issue warnings for you to limit your activities, drink lots of water, and check with your elderly neighbors. Now, as soon as that NWS warning expires and the temperatures start to cool, watch out. Because that is a red flag time for weather forecasting. 9 times out of 10, within 24 hours after that high heat index warning goes off, you will get a bout of severe weather, either severe thunderstorms or a tornado. I had that happen. We had a tornado that touched down. We had a high heat index warning. It went off. I knew the patterns, so I was monitoring the weather, and sure enough, within 24 hours, we had an F2 tornado touchdown. And we were watching, we were monitoring it, so we were ready for it. But just so you're aware, folks, as soon as that warning comes off, check the radar, check the weather, keep an eye on it. Don't go far from home. Make sure that you're close to some shelter. And another thing I want to mention to you, too, in regard to animals and bad weather, is their pattern. Watch them carefully. I don't know if you've ever observed the animals, but when you see them, they'll be from sun up until sundown. Animals are going to be outside in the foraging mode, okay? The ants are going to be looking for food. They're going to bring it into the ant hill. You're going to see the birds looking for worms. You're going to see the squirrels rolling nuts into their holes that they have. And every once in a while, you will see them just stop activity, drop everything in the middle of the day. It will be deathly quiet. You will not see any birds flying. You will not hear any birds singing. And all the animals will go back into their holes. And when you see this happen or hear it, when you hear this eerie silence, folks, run. Do not walk to your basement because a tornado is imminent. There's some little hints for you. Keep an eye on nature. Stay safe. And I'll see ya.